My father, what about him? He passed away in an accident over 25 years ago.
It wasn't an accident, Ziyad. Your Topi was driven to his death by my old man.
Ay. I had a feeling this was headed for disaster. But what could I do and all? There was no way to stop what came next. I didn't want to get involved, so I just sat by quietly and watched.
Hey, Rashad, what you talking and all? There was no one in the car with my husband Musa that day.
What? No, Rashad, that's not true. Daddy was alone. I remember. The police called, right? Isn't it? And they said he was driving on the M1. Then he veered off into the barrier and the car crashed through the barrier and went straight down the embankment. I remember. Mommy and I went to the police to see where it happened that very same day, before she even started her idda.
That was the story he wanted you to believe, Ziyad.
Who's he?
Papa, our old man, Fayaz.
What would you know about it, Imtiaz? You were probably still a baby at that time.
He was, but I was already 15, Ziyad, and I was in the car. I remember it clearly.
What you mean, Rashad? My Musa didn't have any passengers with him that day. He was gone to Kimberley for some work. And when he was already entering Joburg on the way back, the accident happened.
That's the story you guys were meant to believe. Listen, I know it's painful to hear this now, after all these years, but I really want to set the record straight.
Fine, go ahead.
Ziyad, your Topi and mine were in Hajj together in the early part of that year, and your father was struggling financially. In fact, the family had put money together to send him and your mom for Hajj. So my Topi felt for him when they were introduced through her Humaya, and he offered him some work on the side. Papa had contacts in mines in Kimberley. They would illegally mine diamonds, steal it, and my Topi would get another contact to bring it through Joburg. Before Papa left for Hajj, the guy he was using suddenly disappeared, so he offered your old man to take over.
Ya Allah, my Musa would never sell stolen diamonds. He was only going to Kimberley to do the books for one company there.
Kala, he wasn't really selling stolen stuff. He was kind of like the middleman, you know.
I'm not following. Rashad, what does that have to do with the accident? And you saying your father killed my dad? What do you mean?
So, Papa got me up early that morning and told me to come with him. We jumped in the car and caught the highway. I asked him what was going on, and he said the middle guy he was using, your father, he had a hunch that he was going to go to the cops to confess. Your old man had done maybe a dozen pickups of diamonds for him. But he told my Topi that he couldn't do it any longer. His conscience was troubling him too much.
But I don't understand.
It's like this, Ziyad. Papa was tracking Uncle Musa's car. So he decided to get your old man before your old man could get to the cops and expose Papa's illegal dealings in the diamond business. So that morning we waited at an on-ramp. As soon as he saw your Topi's car, we started following him. After the bridge where the road bends, your Topi conveniently went into the slow lane, and my old man, he came at full speed and edged your Topi off the road. The car hit the barrier and it was pushed over the edge.
Why now, Rashad? Why are you telling me the story after all this time?
Allah Pak!
Ish, my friend Aisha. It was just too much for her. And there, right in the middle of my dining room, she fainted.
As a famous saying goes, every father should remember one day his son will follow his example, not his advice. An intense lesson from the Hajj is the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, who was the perfect example for his son Ismail alayhi salam. Ibrahim Khalilullah alayhi salam was a prophet, the friend of Allah, and he molded and brought up his son Ismail alayhi salam to have an unmatched strength of character through teaching him to endure the many tests they faced together with patience. The rites of Hajj were drawn from Ibrahim alayhi salam leaving Ismail alayhi salam as a baby with his mother Hajar in the desert of Mecca.
ربنا إني أسكنت من ذريتي بواد غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المحرم ربنا ليقيموا الصلاة فاجعل أفئدة من الناس تهوي إليهم وارزقهم من الثمرات لعلهم يشكرون.
The rites of Udiyah or Qurbani have their basis in the act of Ibrahim alayhi salam submitting to Allah's command to sacrifice his young son Ismail alayhi salam.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar,
But sometimes, unfortunately, tragically, when fathers set the wrong example, there is little that can be done to rectify the character of their sons who follow in their footsteps.
When Rashad was growing up, once he entered his teens, Fayaz took him under his wing. My cousin Shaista had no say because she and Fayaz were already divorced by then. Fayaz used to take Rashad with him on all his illegal business, helping himself to things from the back of trucks, selling stolen goods, and even gold and diamonds he got on the black market. And Rashad was a quick learner, sadly. Soon, he was doing exactly what Fayaz was doing. He even left school in grade 10 to join his father in the so-called family business. What could poor Shaista do except make dua for her son? Shame. It was a hard thing for a mother to see her son following in his father's footsteps when his father was so corrupt. So, I phoned her that same day after everyone left my house to tell her about the meeting between Rashad and Ziyad. So that's all what happened, Shaista. I was so shocked when I heard. And shame, poor Aisha even fainted. Lucky she woke up quickly after, but then everyone just left suddenly to go home.
Oh no, Hauma, I'm so sorry you had to get involved in all of this.
Hey, no worries. I just feel bad for poor Ziyad and Aisha. But did you know all this when it happened, Shaista?
No, actually, I didn't remember. Fayaz and I got divorced when Rashad was only 12 and he insisted on keeping Rashad. I wanted to take him to court so that I could have custody, but Fayaz threatened me openly. He said he'd send me back to my parents' house. And you know I come from a very poor background. Hauma, by then I was already spoiled living the high life with Fayaz. Then when he said he would continue to look after me financially if I left Rashad with him, I gave in. If I kept Rashad with me at my parents' home, I could never have given him the life that Fayaz gave him.
Arey, but at what cost, Shaista? See how he turned out and all.
You don't understand, Hauma. Rashad was bound to turn out like Fayaz. Even as a young boy, Rashad adored his father and always sided with him. He could never see the wrong that he did, and Fayaz was not a man anyone could challenge or stand up to. My marhum father was so quiet. He never even told Fayaz anything when he divorced me. And Rashad was still a young boy when it all happened. I know Fayaz bought him out. What could I do?
Yeah, you're right. It's not your fault, Shaista. But what I can't understand is why Rashad came to Ziyad and Aisha with the story now.
Rashad told me not to tell anyone, but Fayaz told Rashad to find Ziyad and tell him the truth about his father Musa's death. Fayaz is dying. He has cancer and the doctors told him he doesn't have long left to live.